It was a summer afternoon, and the world was abuzz with discussions on immigration policies, the fate of migrant families, and the impact of political decisions. Selena Gomez, a beloved pop star known for her advocacy for human rights, had just returned from a volunteer mission in a border town. Her eyes were red from the tears she'd shed during her time there, witnessing the struggles and pain of families separated by the policies that had been enacted. On her social media platforms, she poured her heart out. A post with an image of the Mexican flag and a long, heartfelt message followed. She spoke about the injustices she had witnessed, the stories of mothers and fathers separated from their children, and the impact of political decisions on innocent lives. No child should ever have to face what I saw. This is not just about politics. This is about humanity, Selena wrote, the message touching the hearts of millions. Her post quickly went viral, sparking debates on immigration reform and the role of celebrities in shaping public opinion. Supporters of Selena flooded her with messages of thanks and admiration, while those who disagreed with her stance voiced their opinions with equal intensity. However, it was one comment that caught everyone's attention, a tweet from none other than Donald Trump, the current president of the United States. "Celebrities should stick to singing and leave politics to the professionals," the tweet read. It wasn't a direct attack on Selena, but it was clear that his words were meant to dismiss her emotional plea. Selena, never one to shy away from standing her ground, was not one to take criticism quietly. She knew this was bigger than her. It was about the countless children and families suffering. She took to Twitter again, this time responding directly to Trump's words. "With all due respect, Mr. President, it's not about being a professional in politics. It's about being human. If you can't see the injustice that's happening right now, then it's time we all reevaluate what it means to lead." The world held its breath. This wasn't just another celebrity tweet. This was a direct confrontation with the most powerful person in the world. The media went into overdrive, analyzing every word, every gesture, and every moment of this political clash. Some applauded Selena for standing up, while others accused her of overstepping. But regardless of the division it caused, one thing was certain. The world was listening. A few days later, an unexpected invitation arrived for Selena. It was from the White House. At first, she thought it might be a prank, but as she read the letter, she realized it was real. The invitation was from President Trump himself, requesting a face-to-face meeting with her to discuss immigration and human rights. Surprised but intrigued, Selena accepted the invitation. She knew this was a rare opportunity to make a real difference, even if it meant stepping into a room with someone whose views she didn't always agree with. On the day of the meeting, she walked into the White House, her heart pounding in her chest. She had prepared for this moment, but nothing could have prepared her for the conversation that would unfold. As she entered the Oval Office, President Trump greeted her with a handshake. "Selena, thank you for coming," he said, his tone surprisingly calm. "I've seen your posts, and I thought it was important that we speak in person." Selena nodded, sitting down across from him. The conversation began cautiously, both of them aware of the political divide between them. But as they talked, a surprising shift began to happen. Selena spoke from the heart, telling stories of the people she had met on her volunteer mission. She spoke not as a celebrity, but as someone who had seen the human side of the issue. Trump listened intently, something in his demeanor softening as he heard her words. "I never imagined what I saw in those camps," Selena said, her voice cracking. "These are families, Mr. President. These are human beings." Trump leaned forward. "I understand the pain you're talking about. I don't think anyone should suffer. But we also have to protect our borders." Selena paused, choosing her words carefully. "I get that, but you can protect borders without separating families. You can do both. There has to be a way to help people while still maintaining security." The conversation lasted for hours, and by the end of it, something remarkable had happened. A bridge had been formed. While they didn't agree on every aspect, there was a mutual understanding, a respect for each other's perspectives that hadn't existed before. Selena didn't expect her words to change Trump's mind on everything, but she knew that this conversation was an important first step. When the meeting ended, Trump turned to her and said, "I didn't expect to have such a meaningful conversation, Selena. You've opened my eyes in a way I didn't anticipate. I think there's more to be done, and I'll take what you said to heart." Selena smiled softly, knowing that the road to change wasn't easy. But that day, She had done something far greater than tweeting or advocating online. She had created a dialogue, an opening for something real to happen. As she left the White House, she felt a sense of hope that she hadn't felt in a long time. It wasn't about winning or losing, it was about starting a conversation that could lead to real change. And sometimes that was all it took. Back in the public eye, the news of the meeting quickly spread, and both sides of the political spectrum reacted. But for Selena, it wasn't about the headlines. It was about the difference she knew she had made. In the weeks that followed, the conversation around immigration began to shift. More and more people started talking about the need for compassion in policy, not just enforcement. And while the issue was far from settled, Selena knew that her willingness to step into the lion's den had made a significant mark on the ongoing discussion. Her message remained clear. Compassion and understanding should always come before politics, and everyone, no matter their position, had a responsibility to listen and act with empathy. And as for Trump, the small seed that Selena had planted in that Oval Office conversation began to grow. No one could predict where it would lead, but the possibility of change was now on the horizon, one step at a time. If you like this story, please don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories. Remember, sometimes a small act of kindness can completely change a life.